GlamourGals was created with drive and passion to create something that my friends enjoyed and that would bring smiles to someone else's face. Looking back, the journey brought 3 key realizations in my life, which redefined who I was, what I was doing, and where I was going. The first realization happened just a minute before my very first makeover. I peered into the room, really, really nervous, because I didn't just see the only 2 volunteers that I had sort of dragged with me to the senior home, convincing them that this was worth their Saturday afternoon. But I also saw a television camera, 3 reporters, one being from the New York Times, the director of the nursing home, the assistant director of the nursing home, a couple parents, and maybe some other people who gathered. And I thought, I really hope this goes well. Because if not, it will be documented on many media outlets, and maybe that's the end of GlamourGals before it even began. But I thought about why I was there, and I took a deep breath, and I thought to myself, it's to make these elderly women feel and look their best and guide my volunteers to do the same. The result was conversation, laughter, and a connection with another generation. It was also through these words of Cynthia Rossinger, I used to wash my face with Lifebuoy soap and it burned like hell, that I learned what Lifebuoy soap was, that elderly women can sometimes say bad words, and that a leader takes charge with a vision. I hope you all do the same, thinking about your chapter and your volunteers when you're hesitant or you meet a volunteer who's hesitant or nervous about their experiences with your chapter, that you remind them of your vision for your GlamourGals chapter. And it's that simple idea that you relay onto them that will make them think, hey, it's simple, it's easy, it starts with just a little bit of lipstick and rouge, and who knows the conversation that could follow. It could be something really special. Over the next 4 GLTIs, my second realization came to me. Leaders' roles transform, and that's okay. I actually remember sitting in one of my professor's office. I found an incredible professor who wasn't even in my college at the university. I was at Cornell, and it was a very big school. I actually found a mentor in another college. I had to go outside my college to find one. And sitting in her office going, Deb, I feel like a really bad person. She's like, Rachel, what, a really bad person, get over this. What have you done? I said, well, I haven't been to a makeover in like 2 months. And I'm in charge of this organization or this idea that I created, and I haven't been even going to the makeovers. I felt like a fraud. And she said, Rachel, take a step back and think about your role now and the role that's important to play in the organization that you're building. And that is, you are the one inspiring 50 girls, 250 girls, 1,600 girls to do your service. You don't have enough hands to do 1,600 makeovers in one day. And I said, that's a really good point. And actually, I don't feel so bad now, because the idea that my new position came with the understanding of growing an organization takes a lot of careful planning, building a team, some of the administrative stuff. The idea that when a chapter president would call me, my dorm phone got like a lot of really funny calls. My roommate would be like, you got another call. And it would be a chapter president going, we ran out of lipstick. And I would say, not a problem, that's not your job. That's my job. Your job is to go out into your community and do this wonderful service. And it's my job to brainstorm and figure out how I'm going to get you the tools to do it. So your role in your chapter may change. Actually, at the very first GLTI, Susan Schultz, one of our advisory board members, former editor-in-chief of Cosmo Girl magazine, talked about the idea of leading your peers. Because many of you today may sit here as volunteers, and then the next year here, you'll come as chapter presidents or rally girls, or the role in your chapter may have changed, and that's okay. But recognize that as your roles change, the third realization that's most important is that successful leaders mentor those around them. The most important decisions are the ones that when you're not in the room, people are making. And they're doing it with your moral compass, your values and vision, or the ideas that you set out to accomplish when you're not there. And if you take the time to listen and understand people's strengths, to understand how they can provide great things for your chapter when you can step aside and let them shine for you, then when you're not in the room, they'll be proud to stand in front of that group and share those decisions, share those ideas without you.